Welcome back to Kenshi. My name is Tobel. Thank you so much for joining me yet again for more Kenshi goodness. We are, of course, in base. Azazel's rocking in here with a bit of a crowd. Oh, no, they all left him alone. They were pursuing him. I swear it, up and down. There were people there. But they seem to have left him alone on the road. We are just trying to get ourselves kind of back up and running on the farmstead, or in the farmstead, while surviving, you know, raid after raid after raid. We have a couple of things coming up here. Beast Trader looks like in the near future, which is not, of course, a threat unless the Beast Trader will rob us. God, do we really try to ride high here? Good night. Of course, we are trying to work on our lovely artistic masterpiece. You know, Torn of the Man, circa, what year is it here? Circa day 51 is what we're trying to do. We have a couple of prisoners who we are going to try to, you know, convince to join our ways after a little bit. How are you doing, Mr. Black Dragon Man? You are still in your recovery coma, and you will be for some time. Oh, Bandy's actually, maybe that's where all the people went that were following Azazel. Where is Bandy? Ah, it is, in fact, where they were chasing Azazel. Let's bring Bandy back to base. Bandy's all alone trying to, I don't know, are you trying, like, were you just hanging out here? Did I give you an order to run away? Bandy, did I just abandon you, buddy? I'm so sorry. Let's bring you back inside, along with everyone else who's trying to take care of, you know, the basic chores in the base, trying to make sure all of our prisons are built, all of the iron is ironed, you know, things like that. By the way, technology-wise, we are... Beep, what are you up to, buddy? You should be on technology for a bit. You're taking a bit of a nap. Oh, right. I completely forgot what I have done to Beep in the last episode. Awkward. Right, well, let's give Beep at least back one of his legs. Did we have another Scoutmaster 7000 somewhere in the wings, or did we have to go grab that? We have 35. Oh, maybe I was sending Bandy. Okay, that's what it was. Sorry, my short-term memory is very short-term. I'm like a goldfish. All right, we're going to send Bandy on his way. What I was doing was sending Bandy over to Black Desert City, rather. I really want to say Cat, apparently, when I say this name. We're going to send Bandy over to Black Desert City. He's going to go pick up Beep's newest piece of equipment. That's what we were up to. Right. It's going to take a minute for me to get back into the swing of things. Obviously, we've been gone for a little bit. Sorry about that. We're back, though. No worries. There will be a blitz of Kenshi videos coming up in the next little bit. Sweet Mother of God, you're all teleporting and possessed. Wonderful. How about that? Is it better? Oh, Neb, are you the science guy now? What is this? Oh, I thought this was the, I thought this was the science bench. I'm like, Neb, are you just randomly making your own stuff up these days? Is that how you roll now? Fair enough. By the way, as we watch Bandy, you know, trouncing across the desert, I did double check my mod list. Remember a while ago we found a bunch of drifters kind of running around. I do have a type of kind of a colonist or citizen mod running. It's not the citizens per se, but it is one that makes random, as you run around the map, I believe it triggers random drifters to spawn, and they'll come hang out at your base. So that is, in fact, why we had a massive pack of drifters who sadly all perished in an ambush across the desert. I think it was over here in... Where was it? I think it was right outside of Black Desert City. It was on this side. Yeah, in Skinner's Roam somewhere. But yeah, meanwhile, Bandy's going to work on getting his good friend Beep a new leg, because we decided that Beep, why have just one part of perfection when you can have two? His little stub's pointing up. It's so adorable. Okay, so what are we going to do the next couple of episodes? Well, number one, I want to make sure everyone is well fed, well recovered in terms of their damage and whatnot. Is this our little drifter puppy? Is this Zverda's mate? Oh, it's a little bone dog friend from the drifters. In fact, we do have one drifter made it. In fact, it is one dog made the entire trek. Speaking of, where's Verda? Are you doing better in food? Okay, cool. You and Tiny are much happier these days when it comes to food, because I believe, yes, indeed, we have filled up our troughs with foods again, so they're not going to be starving. But yeah, in the next little bit, we are trying to work towards getting our skills up. In fact, while we're looking at, while we're talking about that, as I hiccup as always, it's like I can't stop hiccuping when I play Kenshi. I honest to God, it must be a Kenshi-only thing. I don't do this with all my other games. Looking at the ribbits first, let's take a look at the stats. We've got strength, toughness, dexterity, still kind of where we used to be, right near 30-ish. Agnew, of course, is just a big hulking beast of a robot with 61 strength, but his martial arts isn't quite up to speed, as far up there as the rest of our robot crew is. Humans and other types of creatures here. Strength is kind of low on Moodles. Dartja, yeah, I think I'd like to, what I said before is we're going to work on doing kind of a basic training again. And I'm going to be doing that off camera. Probably have them run around, honestly, quite a bit. Maybe just fill everybody up with, God, I'd love to have the basic packs. Like everyone have their own little individual trader pack. But I don't really know if we want to do the money or you know, you lose all that money right now to get all those backpacks. So that, or we're just going to fill up their inventory with a bunch of rocks and run them around creation. Might run them back and forth through town. Maybe run them back up and forth through the hub or High Village or something. Well, High Village is not smart because that would mean we were going to get eaten by a bunch of beaker thingers. Bandy, you're still moving good. But other than that, I want to get our strength up. I want to continue to get our martial arts up and go out and, you know, fight a couple more good fights. I do believe I'd like to set up a base down here in the southern swamp area, because I'd love to run a drug empire. Okay, so look, our motivations are perhaps shifting just a bit, right? We're a bunch of robots who wanted to show the world what it's like, I don't know, to be robots again, to be, you know, to bring perfection to the world. And along the way, you're going to have to incur some costs. And the robots are smart enough, Roy, Bandy, Longwell, Agnew, Azazel, said Neil, are all intelligent enough to realize that commerce is the way the world works. So, they have no qualms about creating their own, you know, hashish empire, or whatever you grow down there in the swamp. Oh, we have a, who do we have inside? We have a random starving person who managed to wake up. Well, you're going to go down really, really quick. But yeah, so maybe we move down south a little bit. We move into these southwest. Now this is going to be a bit more dangerous because we're going to be drawing the ire of both. Who is it down here in the south? It's the, oh, damned if I can remember their names. It would be one of the ninja groups, the Swamp Ninjas, right? Swamp Ninjas, but also the other red something, I thought. I'll have to take a look and see. Oh, Red Sabers, right? I'm pretty sure it's the Red Sabers and the Swamp Ninjas down here. Now, the nice thing, though, is this considered to be in anyone's territory? Would this be considered to be an Empire territory all the way in the southern wetlands? That is the question, because Shark is kind of independent, isn't it? Swampers, right? And then Clownsteady is United Cities. So that, I guess that's the question. Would this area here be in the United Cities tax zone? So basically, would we have to worry about dealing with them for taxes? Bandy, how you looking, buddy? You are, for some reason, running away from the area that I want you to go, which is perfectly fine. You do whatever you need to do, buddy. Okay, you're going to go down a little bit of a draw. Okay, that's fine. So, I think we are going to need... Oops, wrong run order. We're going to need at least... And by the way, if you can't see my mouse, I've noticed recently that my mouse is no longer showing when I record my videos. And I think it's something to do with the recent update in Shadowplay. So, my apologies if you wonder where if I'm pointing at something and you're like, what are you talking about? You're indicating with your mouse. That does not exist. Forgive me, my friends. Yell at NVIDIA for me. So... obviously, we're going to need to load Tiny down with a bunch of building materials. We might even need to get a wild bull or wild guru from a beast trader here if they come and visit us. That's going to have... oh, we don't have to, but they're going to have better stats. So if we're going to have to get another bull, why not get something that's got better stats than poor Tiny? So we're going to need, obviously, building materials. We're going to want copper, iron plates. We're going to want to bring along our electronics. We'll break down everything in camp because we want to reuse as many materials as we can. Now, the swamp, though... of course, the nice thing is that it's both, what, green and, well, it's both green and swamp, if I remember right. That means that it's going to grow a ton of different food items. So food will no longer be a problem. Not that it is right now, per se, but it's going to be a lot easier than it used to be. By the way, who is not harvesting? Hello? Excuse me, Don. Did we say you could go to sleep? We probably did. Here, wake up and go take care of the crops. Manual stone processor, iron refinery, fabric loom. Here we go. Dowan, while you're not doing anything, why don't you go be a farmer and help out around ye old farmstead. So that's my plan for the near future, my friends. We're going to try to aim for that southern base at some point, not anytime, like really, really soon, because we have to do some strength training off camera. We're going to have to do, I still want to go out and fight. You know, we're still going to have our main group going and punching the crap out of people here and there. We might send someone over to the hub or Squin or something like that to get some more recruits for the base. I keep losing all of our poor our poor friends here. Don, what is this? Don Mark 3? Neb Mark 4. I think there's been 4 iterations of someone named Neb. So yeah, it's a bit rough when we come to desert life. Hey, more Drifter friends, wonderful. Maybe they'll actually make it to us. So yeah, we'll set up down south, and we shall try to find income, joy, and happiness in a life of drug trading, all the while continuing to grow and perfect our bodies. And we do want to create our dueling arena. We still can do that over at our current camp. This is still, like, you know, farther in the future. Some people are now able to lock or unlock any of these chests that are in these older warehouses, the ancient ruins. So we could do more of that. We could go out on, you know, some of the regular areas that are going to have ancient science books and things like that. Hey, Bandy, why don't you not run through the water, because it's going to slow you down like nobody's business. Does this place have... This one doesn't have anything except for a turret. There's another... Oh, actually, you do actually have guards here, and you're not guarding anything. It's just an empty old... Well, you're a broken model anyway, so that makes sense. You're guarding nothing but an empty shell of a warehouse. So, I'll get Bandy to get a leg over here and see what's going on in Black Desert. Hey, maybe... let me finish my sentence. We'll get Bandy over here, Black Desert City, to get a leg, comma, and then we're gonna go... Look, I get really excited about Kenshi, and sometimes my brain works a couple levels before my mouth, so it is what it is, my friends. And you're used to it by now if you're on this far into our series. I pity you, I really do. Let's see if there are any spiders who have wandered into Black Desert City's, the embrace of the Black Desert City guards, because they will have shredded that, or that lovely cleanser unit, right? That was a insanely profitable adventure for us. Holy crap. Right, so where is yon mechanical person? There we go. Let's head over here. We are looking for another, you know, super awesome something marked 17 leg. Hello, friend. New guy in town. We are, in fact, there we go. So let's get the same model. We're not going to give Beep mixed models. That's just going to be awkward. So he has a specialist scout left leg. Right, so we need a specialist scout right leg. Simple enough. Click on Bandy one more time. Looking for that same design. KLR. Here's a scout leg right. Specialist. Is this what we wanted? Scout leg right. Specialist. I'm pretty sure that was. I'm going to double check because my memory is very short. Scout leg left and scout leg right. Beautiful. That is going to be exactly what Beep needs to function. How much money? Oh, only 14,000. A steal. In fact, hey Beep, how are your arms feeling lately? I mean, if we're going to go the whole way, do we want to go the whole way? Now, what do the arms have in terms of stats? Obviously, the scout legs are going to make Beep Super Saiyan across the desert, but what about the arms? One of them is pure strength, and it does do an unarmed damage bonus. Now, strength also affects the damage we do, correct? In terms of, yes, it does affect, if you look down there on the left, martial arts damage of 21. So it will directly affect the amount of damage you're doing to your enemy. So it looks like the KLR series, 23. Is there anything that gives us better strength? Or is it going to be that KLR arm? Industrial lifter. Okay, so the industrial lifter gives us 20% plus 3. KLR series arm gives us both dexterity and strength. It reduces lockpicking, thievery, and swimming. But dexterity per se, when it comes to... Does dexterity affect... we had this conversation before. I can't remember if dexterity affects the speed at which you're attacking or if that's purely your martial arts skill and your strength. I do believe dexterity is going to increase the amount of attacks. Even though it says it's for attacking with light weapons, I'm pretty sure it's going to be your hand-to-hand stuff as well, correct? Somebody can confirm that in the comments for me, and we'll figure that out. I'll probably check the wiki here. But yeah, so maybe aiming towards these KLR series arms, instead of the heavy lifter or the industrial lifter arm, we'll go for the KLR series so we get kind of a bonus in multiple stats that could help us. So we'll have a bonus in strength and a bonus in dexterity. 20% though is going to be hella nice. That's going to really bump up our stats. All right. Thank you so much, Bandy. We'll save our money for a moment. for the moment, rather. Is there anyone we could kite into town? Perhaps, and keep the guards busy. Oh, hello, friends. Hello, my friends. How are you, little roboties? You know, I think that our guard friends here have not been tested in at least a couple of days, and it's only... It is an... you know, it is what a just and true friend would do, is to pull a bunch of enemies into their midst. So, let's see if... Wait a minute. Why? Oh, I turned ranged off because I'm very smart. Let's see if we can get a couple shots. There we go. The guards are coming. And the guards have killed all of our enemies for us. Thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate all the work you do. Hey, by the way, since we are kind of needing to get these electronic components these days, let's grab a couple of those as well. First, I'll take the CPU units into... Oh, God. Why are you attacking Bandy? Of all other things in the world, you decided to take your one last breath is to be expended, well, your robotic breath, to be expended on attacking one of our own. Wonderful. So... I'm going to go sell this and get a bit of profit, of course. Come back, get some electronic components, and then we shall send Bandy back home in order to bring a lovely scout leg to his good friend Beep. And now we'll be able to say, Tin Fist and Cat Long made a great team. Oh, are they separated? Now, Tin Fist exists, right? Fights a losing cause for the humans. I don't honestly remember where Tin Fist is. Hey, where is my, Oh, there he is. He's the traitor. How much money you got? Oh, you're a poor man. Let's go back over to our long-legged, robotic-legged friend. There we go. Taking your money happily, my friend. We are now up to 47,000 cats. Lovely. Perfect amount of money for us to just kind of sit down for a bit. I will go grab a couple more electronic components, and then I will have Bandy be on his way back home. Oh, God, it's still alive. Shit. Just when I thought it was safe to loot a corpse, the corpse turns out to be not quite a corpse. Hello, guards. We humbly request your aid. We are, in fact, getting chased. There we go. Here, we'll help. We'll even help by shooting it. Get those shots in, Bandy. It's so dark. We can't even see Bandy against the freaking backdrop of the ground. All right, cool. We'll rip out its CPU unit to make sure it's dead. We have friends visiting. Let's grab the entire group and exclude Bandy since he is still far and away. We'll also make sure that Zverda and Tiny are both ready for action as kind of our linebackers of the defense here. We'll also say, was that the right metaphor, guys? I'm not a sports guy, I'm sorry. We're gonna keep, let's keep the other folks on passive. All of our other camp followers, make sure they don't really get stuck into anything and get themselves in trouble. I do believe the Omega group here, our overall Binary Legion main enforcers, should be able to handle this with no problem. We haven't seen a good fight in a minute. Let's see how quickly we can shred these enemies. I want to see some sweet martial arts action. Agnew, you know, you have like 63 strength. You should be hitting like a brick house, right? We should see nothing but massive damage. Let's take a look. Left cross, complete miss because they dodged it. You were able to jump back, though. Palm Heel Strike, the fabled Binary Legion, Palm Heel Strike. Tiny, meanwhile, coming in and cleaning up house. Apparently, Agnew can't get it done. Machui had to come over and help him out. It's okay, though. Like, Agnew didn't really get hit that bad. He just kind of, he really didn't hit anything himself. That's what happens sometimes. Oh, that's rough. You know, and of course, with every battle, we're going to have winners and we're going to have losers. And I think that it's only fair that the losers be properly punished and sent into the Majigger. Oh, hey, good. Kenshi crash. Wonderful. Oh, joy of joy. I love Kenshi and I love its crashes. You know, I really don't like it. I've had a couple other crashes recently, just kind of doing stuff in the background too. So I'm not sure if our collection of mods is just that, you know, that horrible. Maybe we'll do a re-import and just try to go down to the bare bones in terms of mods. That's the problem, though, with a lot of Kenshi stuff. Once you play the base game, you've played the base game, right? And then beyond that, it's kind of like, well, you want to mod it, but all the mods fight and seem to break each other half the time. So it is a precarious balance one must maintain. I do believe I've heard talk of the an overhaul mod. We've talked about that a little bit in the past, where they're going to be kind of, I think it's more like they're just double checking everything to make sure that none of the mods that they're using collide and they all work together smoothly, which would be great, just to make sure, you know, all of your mods are doing their own little thing, but they don't interfere with each other. They don't kind of step on each other's toes. So I would love to play a lovely overhaul mod of Kenshi. I really should check out and see if what the progress is on that. But, well, there's a repeat of the fight we had before, so we're going to let that just roll on through. Hey, maybe this time, can Agnew actually hit somebody? Probably not. Let's take a look. This is version 2. Hey, Agnew, good job. Chest strike there. 41 damage on the palm heel strike to the chest. So like I was going to say before I was so rudely interrupted by a crash, if you come to someone's house and you try to take their property and try to murderate their family, I think that it's only fair that you are punished. And accordingly, the way we do things here in the Binary Legion is we send you all to the shredder because, you know, you would have done the same. You would have eaten us. You literally would have eaten the flesh from our body. So we are going to, we'll try to simultaneously, this is going to be fun. We're going to try to, all 4 of these guys, let's see, do we have all 4 up and running? Oh, I think we actually might. How exciting. Agnew, go ahead and put him in. Let's see. Do we have all 4 ready to go? Oh, yes. Oh, this guy instantly died. Like, instantly died. You know what? No. Why waste any time? Let's set this one free. Longwell, there has to be somebody else who's not dead. Anyone not dead here? Here we go. You're unconscious. Let's pick you up. Oh, this is perfect. We have to, you know, I almost feel like we need to start leaving one of them alive and let them observe what we're doing to their friends, because how else are we supposed to get the message out? Oh, that is, except for the fact that there's some random foliage in the way, that is a horrifying sight. It creeps me out that the entire body is skinned, yet the head is completely unscathed. That is very uncomfortable. I don't like it. It looks like red mannequins, and it really creeps me the hell out. God, this is so dark. This is so gross. Limbs everywhere. You know what? At least, you know, we're doing this for Zverda, too. She's never going to want for limbs ever again in her life. I wonder what the people... What do you think about if you're this guy in this cage right here? And from your cage, you have to watch this happen. just mere meters away from you, there is just death and destruction. Oh, limbs torn off, screams of pain and agony. I almost kind of wish you could turn all of these off and turn them on at the same time, because, you know, look, this isn't to speak to anything of my mental state, but wouldn't it be cool if you could have like 10 of these and then, you know, start it up at the same time, so you had everyone getting ground together at the same... It's gonna be great, honestly. I think this is maybe a good point to put a cut in here, friends. You know, this is what you come for, though. I know you. I know your darkest secrets, your darkest Kenshi secrets. This is what we wanted, truly, during this playthrough. So, thanks so much for joining me. We'll be back with more Kenshi goodness here very soon. Until then, my friends, take care.